Hey guys, good afternoon. I am seeing a lot of posts and even people, political people such as Tommy Lauren, getting involved in this Free Britney movement. And I have to tell you that, of course, I have an opinion. I've been watching it sort of from both sides, and of course, everybody's going to have an opinion, right? We're all going to have an opinion. So, hi, Lucinda. Hi, Lucinda. Can you tell me which page you're watching me on? Because I'm simulcasting in both pages. What page are you seeing it on? Can you tell me? So, anyway, nice to see you, Lucinda. Anyway, of course, I have an opinion, and I like to form my opinions based on facts more than emotions. I never go by emotions. I go by facts. When I started supporting President Trump, I didn't base it on the fact that, he referred to Mexicans in, any form of derogatory way. No, I cared about the facts. I cared about the facts that he was being real, that he was being honest, and that, a lot of the things, not a lot of things that he said, but, thank you, Lucinda, but most of the things that he said, or everything that he said, you know me, I'm a strong supporter, so I have his back 100%. But what he said was true. Mexico's not sending their best, and also facts, numbers, statistics speak for themselves. So you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. It's real. You can't make up jail numbers. You can't make up statistics. You can't make up a number of arrests. So anyway, I have an opinion on what's going on with this Free Britney movement, which is the title of this video. And my opinion is this. I understand that Britney is close to 40 years old. She is, technically a grown woman. She really is. She's a grown woman. And I get it. I get it. She should be free to handle her own finances. Sometimes the system in America could be really, really, really screwed up when it comes to regulations, laws. For example, for those of you who have seen the movie, I Care a Lot. That is something that should never, ever be allowed in America, because it's precisely what is wrong with America. It's precisely what's wrong with that capitalism and getting ahead that sometimes can put so many, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for capitalism. I'm not for socialism or anybody living off the government or anything like that, but I'm also for equality. I'm also for justice more than anything. I'm for fairness, okay? My main thing is justice, fairness. Not so much equality, but fairness, okay? People should be treated fairly. No one should ever be taken advantage of because of their financial situation, status, because of their social status, financial status, which is what we see in Mexico a lot. One of the things that as a kid made me see the inequality in Mexico was watching my own family buy things that the people cleaning for them would never be able to buy. My two aunts had a huge closet, the size of a bedroom, filled with magazines, and Chuchita or Manita or Chuchita, the lady cleaning, was barely enough money, making enough money from them to survive and to eat. When Chuchita had to work an entire half a day to buy one of those magazines, so they could just, buy how many of them a week and throw them in a closet and never see them again. Don't get me wrong, I love magazines and I have my own collection. That's probably why. But anyway, I saw that. I grew up seeing that. I grew up seeing this abuse, this inequality, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Chuchita was never going to have a chance to get ahead. She was never going to be able to pay for a good education for their children, while my family had, one of them has a master's in philosophy, the other one has a master's in philosophy, the other one has a master's in philosophy, and one of them has a master's in philosophy and economy. So But Chuchita was never going to be able to see that, and her children. You see what I mean? Like, so Chuchita was going to be stuck there for the rest of her life, cleaning for those type of people, for my family. You see what I mean? So it was, I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, this is when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. Okay. When I moved to America, I realized that people can work and people can get ahead, and people can make a certain wage where you can buy things, where you could work for a couple years and save for a car. In Mexico, people sometimes, even if they work for 10 years, they can't get a car the way you can get a car in America. They have to, now they can make businesses or whatever, but back then it was a lot different, right? So anyway, with this Free Britney situation, I am for fairness and for facts and for reality, okay? And this is what I see with that. Britney, I don't feel, even though she's close to 40 years old or 40 years old, or I'm not sure exactly how old she is, but I think she's 40. I don't feel she has had a very normal upbringing. Obviously, she grew up in the public eye. I have to tell you that even in the last 2 years where I've been in the public eye, you really, 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 really need you really need to have a strong head on your shoulders. I mean, the whole public eye, public figure situation can drive you insane. I'm a firsthand witness of that, of how ugly people can be, how ugly it could be to be in the public eye, the scrutiny that you get put under. And I can see her, having a very difficult upbringing and a very difficult life, regardless of the fact that she was a millionaire. I actually met Britney in 2003 at her Hollywood house. She lived up Doheny in the Hollywood Hills, had a beautiful, 3 beautiful German Shepherds. And I'll share some pictures with you. But anyway, she used to go to Cafe Luna on Melrose, and I actually I met her in 2003 once, and then another time in Beverly Hills. So she was far, far, far from being a normal person, right? What I see now is, it could be two sides, okay? It could be her father wanting to keep living off her money, maybe. I mean, that's how a lot of people are looking at this. Obviously, her grown father, wanting to live off her money, control her money, whatever. Because I don't know exactly how much she's worth, but she's probably worth a lot of money, a lot of millions of dollars. But think of that. Think of why she's worth all that money. She's worth all that money because both of her parents had spent their lives investing their time into this girl, and obviously it was her talent, and obviously it was her hard work and her dedication, and her hard work at the gym since she was 5 years old, her gymnastics, her dancing, her brain, her vision, but it wasn't just that. It was her parents. It was her parents who were there. It was her parents who kept her as sane as possible, because as you know, she wasn't very sane, completely sane over the last 10, 20 years. She had a lot of issues, even while having a good family unit, her mom, her dad, her sister, and I believe she has a brother. So even so, I mean, you saw the things that Britney went through. I mean, it was a while back, but I watch her videos now, and she does not seem completely stable, to be honest with you, That's not for me to judge. I mean, I'm the last person that should be judging. Nobody really should be judging, but that's just my opinion. That's what I see. Okay. And then I've been analyzing her case, because again, I like to base my opinion on facts, not just on emotion or what I see or whatever. No, or what I see at first glance. I've been analyzing her case. She's dating a man who is, I believe, maybe over 10 years younger. He's a foreigner. He's from another country, okay? I have to tell you, this is where I am coming from, okay? This is the personal experience that I can share with you and what I see, okay? Here you have her father, who has worked very, very hard, to keep her out of trouble, to keep her sane, to keep her from overdosing with any type of drug over the last 25 years, to help her make all that money, to help maintain her career intact I think after she went to Mexico, her career was pretty much done, back in, I believe, 2001 or something like that. She had a lot of negative stuff come out of her after she went to Mexico in 2001 or 2000. But anyway, she's maintained, right? She's still there. She's still performing. She's still whatever. Why now? Why now that this younger man from another country, who again, I don't know him. I have nothing against him. The guy seems, to be really sweet to her. He is absolutely gorgeous from what I've seen. It'd be probably really, really nice to wake up to that every morning. But at the end of the day, who is this guy? What does he really want? Again, he's 10 or something years younger than her. He's from another country. And again, the experience that I have is that think of my personal experience and what I've seen with people such as Oscar El Felon, Oscar El Blue, as some of you call him. I call him Oscar El Felon, okay? I've seen receipts of women sending him $500, okay, just to have a one-night stand with him at a hotel, okay? And these are women in their 50s, okay? I've seen many, many women complain about sending him money. The guy is nowhere near being hot, okay? Nowhere near being attractive. Nowhere near being, fit or good looking or whatever, nowhere near. Look at Britney's boyfriend and look at this guy, okay? Why do women pay for these men? What do these men say to these women? Because apparently this guy had big dreams since he was a kid. Okay, this guy that is dating Britney now, he had big dreams since he was a kid. He mentioned years ago that he was going to make it and make it big. Okay, so if you were Britney's dad, wouldn't you be afraid that this guy right now that just comes into his life, this foreigner, because now I believe now he's an American citizen. But at the end of the day, think about it. If Oscar wouldn't have gotten caught drug trafficking, he'd be an American citizen right now. But what if he wouldn't have gotten caught? He'd be an American citizen from Mexico who made his life as a drug trafficker. And there are so many who never got caught. There are so many people that never got caught, okay? Never got caught. And that now live in Oklahoma or Dallas or New York. And they smuggled drugs or people for years and never got caught. Made a ton of money, okay? I saw a movie about it not long ago of a real case of a guy who crossed people for years. I'm talking about 20 years. Never got caught and has a huge multi-million-dollar ranch somewhere in Texas, okay? He's now an American citizen, legal business owner. You'll never know, if you look at his background, if you look at his rap sheet, you will never know because he never got caught. But the bottom line is that the guy's a criminal. He never got caught, but he's a criminal. And do you know how much else this guy is capable of when it comes to doing things? If he crossed people and drugs for 20 something years and never got caught, do you know how much more this guy is capable of? At some point they make enough where, he has, like I said, a multi-million-dollar ranch in Texas. And maybe he's had enough. But I believe that's what some of these guys from foreign countries sort of aim for and what they come in for. And they come in with big dreams, such as Oscar. He still has these big dreams of becoming Jorge Ramos. The guy's going somewhere. Don't think he's just, he just sees himself doing videos and begging for coffee for the rest of his life behind, a little table at his house in Tijuana. No. The guy has big dreams, and he's going to make sure he uses as many Americans as he can so he can get what he wants. He doesn't care about reporting the news. He doesn't care about keeping you updated. He doesn't care about America. He doesn't care about Mexico. why do you think he did what he did to me? Why do you think he created this huge smear campaign against me for a year and a half? Why? Because he needed me out of the way, because I was a threat to him for my big mouth. Why? He even said it. This is what happens to people when they talk too much. You cut their throats. Remember, he was sending me a threat that he was going to cut my throat if I talk too much. He didn't realize, Oscar El Felon didn't realize that I laugh at his threats because I am just as Mexican as he is, except with the criminal aspect of him, where I believe from what his mistress says, his mom or his dad, I'm sorry, was also in jail or whatever, whatever from what this guy says. So I don't come from a criminal family, but I do come from Mexico. And I guess he thought he was dealing with an American who was going to go off and cry when he made his threats about cutting my throat. But as you can see, that is not the case. As much time as I spend in Tijuana, I'm very careful, obviously, but I'm definitely not going to let some convicted drug trafficker, especially one with the character of Oscar Blue, intimidate me from speaking the truth. And how that relates to this case is that you got to be careful with these men. Can you imagine if right now Brittany has full control of her assets and her finances, and this guy manipulates her and does whatever he wants, takes 20, 30 million dollars, 40, 50 million dollars from her. Again, I don't know how much she's worth. And then runs away. And then she ends, and buys Lamborghinis, Ferraris, houses, trips, whatever, because that's probably why he's there. And then he takes off. And then Brittany ends up with nothing. And in 5 years, possibly even dead, committing suicide from having this man who is, I believe, like I said, about 10 or 12 years younger, having used her and leaving her, while her father worked his butt off his entire life to make a successful career for his daughter, Again, there are both sides to this story. I've seen the movie I Care a Lot, or I Care a Lot, I Do, or something, which is a great movie, and I think a lot of everyone should watch it because it's exactly what's wrong with America. The laws in America could be so abusive that they can destroy people's lives, and that's what we see in that movie. I Do Care a Lot, I believe the name of the movie is. I'll share with you. And it's been very popular. It's been all over Netflix over the past 4 or 5 months. But there are also reasons sometimes why those laws are there, I don't think this is the case with Brittany's dad. I don't think he, I think his daughter has what she needs. And again, I understand she's older. She's 40. I get it. But I watch her videos, and if I was her dad, it's a difficult position because, I see it as, obviously I see him as older or whatever, but if I was her dad, I would really protect my daughter's assets, especially with this man that he has around her. So if you notice, this Free Britney movement started just recently. I know they've been together for a while, but I can see him every day sort of encouraging her to take full control of her finances and her assets because he wants a part of them. Sorry, that was my cat. He wants a part of them. So that's where I'm coming from with this. I don't think it's as simple as free Britney and let her, handle her own money. I'm not sure how much therapy she's going through or how much therapy she has gone through. From some of the last home videos that I saw of her on Instagram, which were probably a few months ago, she doesn't seem well. So he had to take over her old manager, kept her on drugs, and he used all her money. See, there you go. There you go. And again, I know that I sound like a broken record sometimes, Lucinda, but I think people like you can understand it and understand, why, to me, I keep using a guy like this one, like such as Oscar, as an example. I know what people are capable of, especially people that come from other countries. I mean, even Americans would do it too. I'm just saying, it gets even worse when it's foreigners, and I'm a foreigner, so it's not like, it'd be like me giving you an example of a cat and what cats do. I have 5 cats around me right now. I know cats. I am from Mexico. I know foreigners, and not all of them. I'm one of them, and I'm not saying I'm going to go take advantage of some, of Brittany, but their mentality, they can have a very criminal mind. A lot of women have complained about Oscar Blue taking advantage of them and telling them that he's going to marry them and he's going to have children with them when the guy is already married and he already has children. But it's not just for the romantic aspect of it. It's for the financial aspect of it, sending them pornography for money, flirting with them. I recently heard of another one he was flirting with that I'm not going to go into detail. Someone you guys couldn't even imagine who he's flirting with, like for personal gain and advancement. Not so much so she could give him money, but for personal gain and views and all that. You guys know how that works. With this woman Tamales that spent a year and a half criminally harassing me. He's flirting. He's been flirting with her. Probably having FaceTimes with her. Oh, mija, I love you. Oh Lord. So it's that's what they do, and I can see Brittany's dad wanting to be careful of that, especially because that man is around. Again, he's gorgeous. He's very young. I think he's like 20 something. Very, very young in relation to Brittany. Now he's made a big name for himself in Hollywood as far as a trainer or his, fitness channel or whatever. He's incredibly fit, but that's not the point. The point is that I've read about him, and he's a guy with big dreams. There's nothing wrong with big dreams, but if you have big dreams, you have to work for them. You really do. And a lot of these men are not willing to work for them. That's why they do whatever they can to get ahead. As this guy was begging for money for equipment and begging for money to go to Chiapas trips that were never taken, he wasn't really using the money for that. The reason why he was so desperate and wanting to get money so bad was because he was trying to pay an immigration attorney to process all his papers and his required documents or whatever, so he could request a pardon from the U.S. government, which to this day, even immigration officers and agents can't make sense of. I highly doubt the Attorney General signed off on anything. I highly doubt he got a special pardon from the Trump administration. I don't know. Again, he also brags about the fact that he will get anything done by using, the J-Lo ways and the Lady Gaga ways and all those ways. I don't put it past them. Those guys become desperate. Those people become desperate. They'll stop at nothing to get what they want. And what I really resent about it is the fact that they use animals in their sacrifices or the rituals. Like, sacrifice your own foot, buddy. Don't sacrifice a chicken or whatever, or whatever they use. They use sheep. They use they use chickens. They use Felipe's. Me, I love Felipe. Like, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, and like, who are you to be sacrificing animals? So you can get ahead, which is, it's very known. We know, there's all kinds of, Google it. You'll find it on J-Lo. You'll find it on other people. And Shakira does that a lot. And it sucks because Shakira is very talented. J-Lo's not, but Shakira is, who else has been known of doing that? Ricky Martin. There's a bunch of other ones. There's a list. Google it. You'll see it. And he brags about that, and he brags that he's protected, and that he brags that he'll get whatever he wants done, and he'll brags that what exactly? Logically speaking, and I'm not talking about hate or anything. I'm talking about facts. What would make an absolute, you know, loser, because that's really what he is, with no real intelligence, with no real experience, with no real anything, truly qualified to become a big and successful broadcaster. I mean, this guy started off stalking me at a shelter in Tijuana and watching me go viral because my voice is pretty strong, you know, and I had been doing it for years. And somehow he ends up on a show with Steve Bannon, who is one of Trump's advisors and close buddies. I mean, think of that. Think of that. You know, think of how, and you really think it was just his hard work? I don't think so. He's, you know, he found his way. But I don't feel that he did it just by, you know, his compelling videos, you know, by telling compelling stories at the border, or by, you know, copying. No, I think it was, and then again, he brags about it. And some of his mistresses, they'll tell you that he's very much into that, you know? So they will stop. The point is that they will stop at nothing to get what they want. You know, I've been talking about other people doing the same thing. And there's all kinds of evidence out there, you know, from their own mouths. You know, there is all kinds of evidence about it. And unfortunately, that's the bad that some of our countries are bringing to America. And when I say some of our countries, I mean South America, Central America, Mexico now. Mexico is very, very much into these dark practices. He had to take, they sell their soul to the devil. He wants her money. I believe that. I believe that, Georgette. I do believe he wants her money. And you know, he may be treating her really well right now. I mean, I'm sure it's not hard to treat somebody well when you live in the Hollywood Hills and you drive their, you know, their beautiful car around, and you are basically, you know, you live off of them, and you get up and work out every morning and make juice for them. I'm sure it's not hard to treat them well. I mean, not hard to treat them well. But what will happen if Brittany gets full control of her finances and is able to buy him a $500,000 car, you know, or take him on trips around the world and do whatever they want, or buy him a house, or put her house in his name, or marry him without a prenup, you know? Who knows? Who knows? They are dangerous creatures in our world, and that's why we have to be really careful. Okay. Anyway, that's how I feel about it, because I see a lot of people are getting involved. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some cases where it's really, really unfair that courts and judges and the law have control of people's lives. And I think definitely criminal reforms need to be made. But when it comes to this case, it's very, very complicated. And I'm sure judges can see that. I'm sure her father has made very, very, very good arguments. And just as an outsider, and someone who hasn't seen Brittany since 2003, just from watching her from her videos, she doesn't seem all that well. You know, I mean, you go back and watch my videos 2 years ago, and when I was, you know, majorly attacked and new to the public eye, they were a lot different than they are right now. And the reason why was because it becomes so stressful. And that's exactly what some of these stalkers, haters wanted with me. They wanted to drive me crazy. But again, I come from a good family where I was able to sort of take a step back, analyze it all. And also I have a lot of great friends that, you know, with their advice, with their, you know, with their guidance, with their advice, and my family as well, you know, they were able to help me get through all of that. And I'm here where I'm at right now, while some of the people that accused me of going crazy have pleaded guilty to stalking and harassment. And I believe there's a lot more coming. But one of the people that were involved, heavily involved in trying to drive me crazy and trying to destroy me, was Oscar Ilblue. You guys know this. He produced an entire series of attacks on me. And yet I'm still here because I was able to see through him. I was able to see through his, you know, his criminal ways. and understand that I was not going to let a bunch of criminals destroy my life. As simple as that, you know. I read a lot. I never really got the chance, and I wish that I had. I never really got the chance to get any formal, you know, type of help or advice or counseling of any kind. I wish that I would have. But what I can tell you is that just through my own research, especially when it comes to criminal minds, by my own, by my own self-education as far as how to deal with a lot of stuff, the psychology behind it and everything else, I'm good. But it's not easy. It's not easy. And I watch her and I analyze her. There's a very, very, very public figure that I'm speaking to right now, who is all over the news. And yesterday, I spent, some time talking to her because she's going through a lot. I mean, to the point where I get a little afraid for what she could do to herself, So I've been talking to her and giving her advice, because I feel she has everything going for her. She just doesn't see it, but the attacks are so nasty. And I told her, I gave her sort of like an outline. This is what you need to do. You need to get up off your ass and stop doing this and this and this. And this is what you need to do. Okay. And she came back at me with the same, but no buts. This is what you need to do. Okay. And I know it's hard. I've been there. Believe me. The attacks that you've gotten, they're a lot more people maybe, but trust me, I've been attacked a lot. And again, she's very public. She's all over the news, but, so it's hard, but then she also has a lot of people on her side. I'm one of them. Thank you so much, Neftali. I'm one of those people. And I told her, I said, girl, you gotta get up and you gotta fight, You can't let these disgusting trolls bring you down. You have too much going for you, to let your family or this or that or this one or that one destroy your life and your future when you are so talented, when you are so pretty, when you are so smart, you cannot let this affect you. That's it. You be done with what you just gone through, put it behind you, and take it from someone who has also dealt with this public disgusting, these disgusting attacks. Put it behind you and move on. Okay. I think from some of the things that I've seen, she took my advice. The first thing I said is, go out there and take care of you, because I haven't seen you do that. Like do something for you, for you. Not for your fans, not for your millions of fans out there, whatever. No, for you. And yesterday morning, the first thing I saw, she was getting her hair done at a salon, which was great, great. She went and got her hair done. And that alone has to feel great instead of sitting at home fighting, with the haters. So, anyway, she went and got her hair done. I told her, you live in one of the greatest cities in the world. Walk around it, film yourself, eat well. She has a beautiful body already, but I told her, go to the gym, hit the gym. When you feel pissed off, go to the gym. Last year, I think it was Mary or one of those crazies, who was like, oh, look, she's working out like she's pissed off. Well, you know what? I don't care if I was pissed off or what the reasons were for working out. But I can tell you it's paid off. And I don't even work out, but the one day that she criticized me for working out pissed off, trust me, I'm glad. Súbele. Listen to this. Luis Miguel. I love Mexican music. So I told this girl, I said, get out there, eat well, take care of yourself, enjoy what you have around you. You get attacked a lot saying your family doesn't care about you. It's BS. The family that you do have loves you. They love you. And they are badasses. So take that with you, because that's part of you. You know, that's who you are. So maybe half your family is screwed up, but the other half is not. And take the good and leave the bad behind. And I haven't been watching her today because I've been busy. But yesterday, I know she went up and went to the salon, and then I saw her filming at night, filming around her city, which she never does, you know. And she was laughing at what I wrote to one of her family members because I called her a really bad word. Because I see what they're doing to her. So I wrote her a message and I called her, you know, something, you know, pretty bad word. And she was laughing, so it made her laugh, you know. But the bottom line is that you gotta be strong, especially as a public figure. You gotta be strong. So, and I don't think that Brittany is. Okay, bye guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.